Hell yeah. It ain't a Raiders season without a little bit of drama. We need
Yeah,
that
exactly.
spice in our noodles. Yeah.
That's right, buddy, man. Welcome to Raider Personnel. Your host, Raider Mac Ken. Raider Ken. Yeah.
Raiders. Raiders,
That's
Raiders,
right,
Raiders,
baby.
Raiders. Ready for this season, baby. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm
Let's get
excited,
excited.
man. It's getting
Hell yeah.
ready, man. What's going on? This last preseason game against the Cardinals. Whoa, what a spectacular catch by Dante Thornton, bro. I can't believe that catch, bro. It was just beautiful. Right behind the defender and just grabbed it, bro, just out of nowhere. Just picking the corn, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
Yep. He
yeah,
didn't
what's
know
your
what
thoughts,
to, the
man, on
corner
that
was
one?
like, what? Yeah. Man, I love it. I mean, if you remember the first game of the preseason when he just missed him, he walked up to him. He was like, "We're this close, bro. We're
Yeah,
this
yep,
close."
yep,
So yeah, that one. I mean, at first I was like, "Oh, was that a good throw?" But he put it exactly where only Thornton could get it. Because when he
yeah.
got it, that corner was like, "What?" And
The
then it was
timing,
already in his
yeah,
hands.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's great. I mean, our first offense, first defense looked great. Obviously, second and third didn't show up as much, but
yeah,
they're more depth pieces, with the flow of the first team. But what I
yeah,
saw from the first team, I was happy. We didn't
yeah.
give too much to like certain players, like McCormick, Mostard. They only had like
Right,
couple carries here and there.
right,
But
right.
yeah, I love to see Gino the way he moved. I like to see Thornton the way what he did. Bowers got into it, so it was a good final preseason to see everything just come together with the first team. So
Yeah,
I was excited.
and I didn't
Good ending.
expect the starters, well, at least Gino to play, but he came out there, yeah, had a
Yeah,
series,
shocked.
and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for sure, the change there that was
Mm-hmm.
just basically, seeing the O line perform and doing. I think sure they're playing the third
Finally.
team on against the Cardinals, but
Yeah,
yeah,
they look good.
they look sharp, right? They look good,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and
Oh yeah,
Colton
they
Miller's
look
being a leader.
solid, bro. Whoo, he's looking
Yeah,
good, bro. I mean,
yeah,
last year I could tell it was an injury because he started off super
mm,
slow because he came back from injury. But you're
right,
seeing him now, bro. He's definitely one of
yeah,
the better run blocking left tackles in the game. Like he's
right,
definitely up there with like top 5 run blocking. Pass blocking, he's really really good, above average. I just don't think he's like elite, but I think that
right,
dude's an elite run blocker. And
yeah,
and yeah, he looked great. JPJ won the right guard position.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
So that worked out well. Yeah, I would have been upset if Kappa won just because he's been injured for most of it, and I really feel like JPJ could be like a elite guard center
Mm-hmm.
type of deal. But yeah, it was great to see everybody. My boy Kuntz got his first sack
Yeah.
on that game. He
Yep.
looked good. He looked better. So
Yep.
that was great to see. Tonka looked amazing, man.
Yeah.
I went to look back and like, cause Tonka, those type of players, you don't see them like making it while you're watching the game. Like you have to like slow down and see what they do to be like, damn, he really moved
Right.
that. He really was part of that. The reason why that D line, that O line broke down, or why he had to get the ball up quickly. So that was great to see.
Yeah.
So I was super happy with how the Cardinals game. I don't care about what happens between second and third stream, like losing and winning wise.
Right.
But just to
Right.
see the offense flow, Pete flow, and that's with us like water washing the playbook down. Like this is not things that we're gonna do. We're gonna open it up week 1, start doing what we want to do, our own game plan, and move on from that. So I'm pretty excited, man. I'm pretty
Yeah.
excited.
Yep. It's looking good. Their decision making is good.
Mm-hmm.
Changing
Yep.
JPJ to the guard, like you mentioned, Colton Miller there
Mm-hmm.
being healthy. These guys
Mm-hmm.
who are just protecting the quarterback, giving Gino his
Yep.
time and his vision. I
Oh yeah.
mean, even the scheme, right? How they're playing this
Mm-hmm.
offense. He's from the pistol. They're playing from the pistol here. They're not playing from
Yeah.
the shotgun. They're playing from the pistol, which is a few more
Two
yards
tight
in.
ends.
And exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
then 2 tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So, and then you have, of
Yeah.
course, Jakobi, and you have Turner on the side, and then Thornton, right? So Thornton being
Yeah. Don't
the
forget about
one
that
and
new
only.
addition.
And then, of
Don't
course,
forget about that new
yes.
addition.
And yes, and we'll talk more about him for sure, boy. And I'm excited to see that number 89 back. And that's if he's wearing number 89, but
Mhm.
he's wearing something 9. That's
Right?
for sure.
Right? Something, yeah. I like to see the number he's got. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
out of the 53-man
Woo,
roster,
baby.
what was your surprise cut? What was your surprise? I'm surprised Lackey Tassie's on the practice squad, but I'm
Bro.
surprised that he didn't make at
Yeah.
least second team.
Yeah, I that honestly was probably my biggest shock. The fact that we also kept I think Edinburgh, like the other
Yeah.
linebacker or seventh round line,
Yeah.
I was surprised we kept him. I was
Yeah.
surprised we kept
Yeah.
Mumford over Lucky Tassi. I mean, I knew Lucky Tassi wasn't going to be like one of the main rotations, but I thought he was going to be like one of the last O lines to have, so he can still be there.
Right.
So I was a little surprised. Andre Carter, I was a little bit surprised too, but at the same time, it's like we have a lot of good potential D tackles and D ends. So it's like, maybe my part was like maybe they don't keep Snowden and they'll keep Andre Carter
Right.
or, something like that. So
Yeah.
those were my biggest ones. Greedy Vance, he did
Yeah.
good in the beginning. He started falling off at towards the end. So I think that was his
Right.
downfall. I thought
Right.
we were going to keep him over Holmes, but I
Yeah.
think they really, really wanted that veteranship in there. And
Yeah.
that's
That's what
kind of
they
why they kept
prefer, it
Holmes.
seems like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, because I thought Grady Vance did good, but he did fall off. But is it worth keeping him as a 4, 5, 6 corner? And stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Practice
But
squad though. He's
yeah,
on the
those
practice
are
squad.
yeah. He's in the practice. That's the other good thing is like none of our players got claimed off the waiver, so that was great. And
Yeah.
it's not like they were making like this big ass, salaries where it was like, ooh, we'll let them waive and then pick them up. Like they were all in the minimum, so
Right.
it's not like it was money was the issue. So that was
Right.
great. Have them all on there. Have them bring them back in the practice squad. Um, we only kept 2 quarterback. I thought maybe we'll keep Tommy Mallet. Maybe have 3 quarterbacks. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not mad. I typically want to keep 2 quarterbacks because you still have the emergency quarterback. So Tommy Mallet will still be there if nobody
Yeah.
claims him. Um,
Right.
but yeah, I mean that's really it. I like everybody else. It made sense. I wasn't surprised. I like some of the players that we did sign for agency, like they stood on the team because they, Jamal Adams for as an example. I
Yeah.
knew like Jalen Smith, like all these other linebackers I really liked. They didn't. I knew they weren't going to make it just because based on what we saw in the preseason. So none of that I was surprised. Amir Gainer, fan favorite,
Very
but
gaining. Yeah.
he didn't really show out like that. So and then that's the
Right.
previous regime's draft picks or signings. So he was already had a leg behind. So yeah, I mean the tight ends make sense. The receivers make sense. Beckman,
Yeah.
he did good the first game. Kind of
Right.
lost himself in the shuffle.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kept most of our draft picks. Tonka showed out. JJ has a place in there for
Yeah.
potential.
Yeah.
But yeah, Talu Lalu, I know he showed out when he finally came back from injury. I still
Yeah.
thought he was going to be the odd man out. But they ended up
Really.
keeping him. They ended up keeping
Right.
all
Right.
our veteran DTs.
Yeah.
So, I'm not mad about that either. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I think it's good. I definitely still feel like all in all, bigger picture, secondary is still our biggest weakness. I
Yeah.
think Jamal Adams really, really did give our linebacker core a solid guy, healthy. The IQ is unbelievable. And I feel like he's in his more natural spot, like the hybrid safety linebacker. He can still guard tight ends, and he's still up in the line to leave that
Right.
hammer on somebody. So yeah, I'm happy with everything else, and I was happy to see Kuntz get that sack. That's my guy. That's the guy I feel like will make the whole defense just come together and be like, "Ooh, you got these monsters at the end, and here comes Tonka and Adam
Yeah.
Butler doing some nasty damage." So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
happy.
Anna
I like
Butler,
it.
dude. I mean, he's the core, I think, of the DTs for sure, and
Oh
and
yeah,
he
oh yeah,
spearheads that defensive line,
yeah.
man, letting
That leadership.
Max and
Hmm.
Coons do their thing on the
Hmm.
side. So, yeah, sure.
Hmm.
I'm a little spooked with the corners. I'm
Yeah.
concerned about
Hmm.
that. I wish we had a little more
Yeah.
strength in the corner. Porter's didn't pan out
Right.
the way I
Right.
wanted to see him pan out. There's he looked like a rookie
Exactly.
out there for sure, but hey,
Exactly.
1 or 2 games, it might up his confidence and change the whole thing,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
Lonnie
Yep.
Johnson being injured and put in the IR. So, that's
Hmm.
another thing. So, he'll be
Oh yeah.
back, but for
Oh
sure,
yeah.
yeah, it's concerning to me. And right now, it's
Yeah.
Isaiah
I'm,
and Chin. So,
yeah.
and they did good the
Yeah.
first
I mean,
game.
and look, you know what makes a secondary better? A badass pass rush. So, if we
Hey,
can get that pass rush going, that D line can do their job, makes it
yeah,
easier on the corner, makes it easier to build that reputation, build that confidence.
yeah,
So yeah, man, we just gotta drop 40 points with Gino and let Max Crosby and Coons eat. And that will definitely get us far. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's not gonna be
Lakatassi, I
easy.
think exactly. I don't think Lakatassi made the team, or at least the starting team, because I think he just has a lot more to learn.
Oh yeah.
But the
Oh
dude is
yeah,
a
he's
brick
he's
wall,
raw.
bro. He's
Yeah.
just just a
Yeah, bro.
freaking mortar in there. It just can't move, man.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't even seen
he's like
highlights
a
of that guy.
tackle and a guard put together.
Yeah. Jeez, boy, that's that guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's why I wanted to keep him. I was like, man, if somebody sees him or sees his tape, like, all right, the potential is good. I just want him to be like our last, old lineman. Like he literally goes in
Yeah.
as emergency. So that's what I was worried about because I see him more of a next year or the year after kind of guy. Next year he starts, playing towards a backup or starting, and then
Yeah.
he really takes off towards the end of the season, and then boom, we got our monster of a mauler.
For real, dude. For real, dude. Cam
Yeah,
Miller being sent to the practice squad too is also a little bit of surprise. I thought they wanted to see
big
him
surprise.
develop. I mean, I guess you do that with the third string
Mhm.
quarterback, right? I mean, he's never really
Yeah.
out on the field, so um,
Mhm.
you kind
Some
of have him
teams
sitting back
try
there
to keep 3
learning.
quarterbacks. Mhm,
Was that?
mhm. Yeah. I was just saying some teams like to keep 3 quarterbacks, but,
Yeah.
truthfully, you only really need 2, but there are
Right.
those rare events where your starter and your backup gets injured, so but,
Yeah. Like
I
last
do
year.
know Jakobi Meyers has once, substituted as a quarterback for the New England
Yes,
Patriots.
last year. No, hey, last.
Yeah.
Oh, no, no,
Oh
no. He was
oh,
close to
for us
last year,
too?
right? It was close.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Last year he
it
was
got to a
warming up.
point
He
where
was warming
Ritter,
up.
yeah, where Ritter got hurt or something
Yeah.
like that, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it would have been bad,
Yeah. So we
but
have we have 2 emergency backups.
yeah, man. And of course,
Yeah.
speaking of injury, man, AOC out for 6 to 8 weeks. We have to go out there and draft a new quarterback, or at least
Yeah.
pick up a new quarterback. And we went with Kenny Pickett. And so, what are
Kenny
your thoughts? A lot
Pickett.
of people didn't like it. Nobody likes it, but I think it meets the system, Chip Kelly system. He's mobile.
Yeah.
He's similar
Look.
to how Geno Smith throws the ball. So that's the way I looked at it.
Mhm.
I didn't. I mean, and then again, he's a
Yeah.
backup. So
Yeah. I mean, you had the more calm way of looking at it. I was looking
yeah,
at it as a typical Raiders fan, like, God damn it, we gave up a 5th round pick for this guy.
yeah, of course, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because for me, it's like, man, we couldn't try a 6 or a 7th. Like,
yeah,
he didn't play at all. Because of Shador Sanders, I was following the whole Cleveland Brown situation.
yeah.
And he was injured. He didn't really play the preseason, and I know they traded a 5th round pick to get him, so that
Mhm.
was like the fee for back and forth.
Yeah,
But I was like, I mean, we had so many other free agents. Dorian Thompson was a guy I mentioned, and I was like,
yeah,
he played with Chip earlier in college. Like, obviously, there's so many years apart, but there's somebody that knows the system, and he had like about 8 to 9 games experience of starting and playing. So, we had that experience. But Kenny Pickett started for a couple seasons, and he was with the
hmm,
Steelers.
yep,
Injury set him back, and he's definitely not a starting quarterback. He's definitely a
right,
second backup, career backup quarterback.
right,
But if we need him to come in for 1 or 2 games, that's not bad. For
yeah.
God forbid, gets
I think he's
injured.
better than AOC.
Then he's that. Yeah, yeah, he is. He is more pocket presence. He won't do crazy like those interceptions that AOC did. I was like, I don't see Pickett doing it. So I
Yeah,
guess in that part, yeah, he's definitely better. But yeah,
Right.
because I was super disappointed with AOC throughout the entire preseason. I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, like these interceptions, like they weren't just bad, they were horrific. Like,
Yeah.
really? You didn't see that?
Yeah.
Like I saw it, and the camera wasn't even on that.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
yeah, I just
Underthrown
my
passes,
negative was
dude.
like, yeah, like ridiculous. But that was my only negative about it. He's like, he's a good backup, but for a fifth round pick, I'd rather spend that fifth round pick on Joe Flacco. At least, a Super Bowl winner, at least.
Yeah.
You could justify that fifth round pick. But I was
Was
like, if we
Pickett
could have
part of
got
the
him for six
Eagles
or
when they won
seven,
the Super Bowl?
no, 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 no,
No,
no,
I don't
no.
think so. No, I think it
Carson
was
Wentz
94.
was.
Yeah, I
Carson
know.
Wentz and Joe
Carson Wentz.
Flacco.
Yeah.
I mean, not Joe Flacco. What's his name? Oh my God, I forgot his
Who you talking
name.
about? For the
The
Eagles
the
or
quarterback for the Eagles, yeah. Nick Folks.
Nick
Nick
Folks?
Foles. Nick
Yeah.
Foles.
Foles. Yeah,
Yeah, Nick
Foles.
Foles. Yeah.
Yeah.
He came in. He's like, "Let me show you how it's done, Carson."
Yeah, yeah, that was years ago though, man. I don't think he's
Mhm.
even playing anymore, but
Nah, nah, nah.
still, I
Flacco
think it's
still is.
definitely a better choice than AOC. I think for a backup quarterback,
Oh yeah,
I think he's decent, and again, he's
yeah,
just a backup. He's not taking Geno Smith's
yeah.
job. He's not here to even
Right,
compete for the
right,
job. So
right.
I think it's
Exactly.
someone that can learn. If anything, he can help Gino make adjustments into Chip Kelly's system and all those kinds of things. So
Hmm.
at least there's that. So I'm not
Yeah,
mad.
that's for sure. That's for sure. And to be honest, man, fifth round, sixth round, 7 rounds, those are all project players or potential players, like physical
Yeah,
potentials. You don't
yeah,
really expect those guys to be part of the team. Your
yeah.
backups are not cheap. Backup quarterbacks are going for like 12, 15, 18, million. So it's not
Okay.
like they're cheap.
Yeah,
So like it's not a bad choice for a Kenny Pickett. I just there's because there were so many other quarterbacks, and the fact that we gave up a fifth round pick was like the only
right.
pushback that I had against it. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, yeah. I guess you're right. If he could have went for the seventh round pick, sixth
hmm
round pick, that's okay. I mean, what's
yeah,
great is that we still got picks for next year. You know what I mean? So I
yeah.
think we still
And we
have.
got a fourth.
Yeah,
We got a fourth for Trayvon because Trayvon we didn't sign
right,
Trayvon.
right.
We got a fourth round comp pick next year. So yeah, that's why I guess that's why they were like, yeah, we'll give up a fifth. We already got an extra fourth, so why not?
Yeah. And from
Yeah.
what Spytek mentioned in his presser is that they known him and the guy beat Tom Brady. I guess that matters to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a
right.
one game too. Yeah, you're gonna beat Tom
He
Brady
still beat him.
once in a while, but uh,
Yeah,
but Spytek
yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
that, so it is something that to me. Okay, well that makes sense. I
Fight Tech
mean,
all here
you're not risking everything,
trolling
so
Brady.
yeah, I guess so.
That's when you know you're in a good organization, bro. They're just trolling each other. Everybody's having a good time, bro. That's a vibe right there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no,
Oh
for
yeah,
sure. This organization for sure is different. The vibe is different,
yeah.
man. I mean, the 53-man
Hmm.
roster looks great. The
Oh
AOC
yeah.
injury sure is a little setback, and now we're back on track. I think.
Hmm. Hmm.
Luckily, obviously, we even went out and got an OG Raider, Amari Coop, baby. Coop is back, number
Mr.
89.
Cooper in the house.
I'm
Raiders,
super
Raiders,
excited to see him.
Raiders.
And his
Hmm.
in his presser,
Back
he
to the
mentioned he
John
had
Gruden.
choices, and he chose to come to the Raiders, baby.
Hmm.
So I'm
Hmm.
super excited for that.
Hmm.
I'm super excited to what he
Yeah.
can bring, the leadership that he can be a mentor to these youngins, and
Oh
him
yeah.
and Jakobi too. Even though Jakobi asked for the trade, he's
Hmm.
not going anywhere. Raiders have already said it.
He ain't
They're
going
not going to
nowhere.
trade him.
He
So
needs. He wants to get paid, and the best way to get paid is to
yeah,
play, unless you
right,
have that reputation already. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
So yeah, and Cooper is a different receiver, man. This is like even without the trade request, I feel like this is still a good move. Just because
Mm.
Jacoby's going to be a possession receiver. Quick passes, catch it. Cooper is going to put those moves on you. He's going to run that crisp
Yeah,
route. So I
right.
think Thornton is really really going to get the most
Soak that
advantage
up.
out of
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's gonna like, all right, how does he run those routes? Like, man, those routes are crisp. Cooper
Yeah.
being not as tall as Thornton, but still like a tall receiver.
Yeah.
And he can be like he can take things and pick them apart. Besh could follow more of Jakobi Meyers style receiving. So they
Yeah.
all got their receivers that they can follow. So and we're not expecting Cooper to come in and be our X receiver. You're not coming here
Right.
to him just blow it out and make us unstoppable. But it is great to have that veteran there, Jacoby and Coop starting. You're like, okay, we have veterans, and we can still rotate Thornton and Besh depending on what's going on. And then we still have those two monsters of a tight ends in the front. So
Exactly.
I think it's great. We imagine Jacoby and Cooper doing slants in, one with the crisp route moves, the other one with just great position. And then you got these
Yeah.
two tight ends going up and out. Who are you going to
Yeah.
double? Who you going to
Yep.
guard? You're
Yep.
going to go
Yep.
zone. You're going to go man. You do
Yep. And
zone,
you
those
got
tight ends are
JT.
going to get those
Don't
zones.
forget
Yep.
JT there.
Or yeah, or maybe we just run it down the middle and just go,
Yep.
oh, eat those yards up. So
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Hell yeah. They
yeah,
got
I'm
weapons, man.
excited.
It's a different team.
Yeah, different team, and it's built smart. That's the thing. It's built smart. You feel the vibe in every level. Like Crosby has always been like positive every year. Like, oh yeah, this is the year we're gonna do this. But the way he talks, the way he carries himself, it's like he's not trying to convince us. It's like he just
Yeah.
knows it. Like, damn, this is a different team. So it's no more trying to convince us what it is. And I think that's like the really, really big vibe about this team that I'm really excited about. Hmm.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the offense is completely different, man. The defense, I mean, I expect the same. Good,
Oh yeah.
solid defense. The linebackers, man. There's a lot of veterans there. There's championship
Hmm.
caliber there, with the Landon,
Hmm.
with Devon White. You know what I mean? So, and then of course,
Yep. And then Jamal
the
Adams
safety
IQ.
Jamal
Hmm.
Adams, the conversion of Jamal Adams
Hmm.
to become that
Hmm.
linebackers free safety kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's doing out
Yep.
there. So,
Yep. That hybrid.
uh,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah, exactly, bro. That's
Hmm.
different. You don't see that in any other teams. You might have
Yeah.
a free safety back there. Troy Polamalu style, where he does whatever they want, the nickel back, whatever. So, uh, but this is a little different. Now you have a safety playing linebacker position that he
Yep.
has that free range and is closer to the quarterback. You might even see a little more blitzing,
Hmm.
right? So,
Yeah.
uh,
He's healthy now
that's
too.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
So
Hell yeah.
it's pretty awesome, man. And
Hmm.
for I'm really not worried about Jacoby being traded. I think he'll be having a deal at least midseason. Probably getting an extension then because he'll
Yeah.
perform. I must see him probably
Yeah.
catching. I don't see him catching 1,000 yards again. That's because of all these weapons we got, right?
Yeah.
But he'll
Right.
probably
Right.
reach it. He'll probably reach 900 yards or something like that. So,
I mean, if he
uh,
reaches 1,000, that means our offense is rolling because I know
bro,
Brock has to get 1,000. Brock has to get 1,000, and then
exactly.
Genty has to get 1,000 yards. If
Mm-hmm.
anything, Genty has to get 1,200 to 1,400 yards. And
Yeah.
if you're talking about Jacoby getting 1,000, let's say Thornton gets about 600 to 800. Cooper
Yeah.
comes out with 600 to 1,000. Yeah, that's a power offense. Because Geno Smith I think he hit 4,000 yards last year, and he had DK Metcalf, and that was it. So
Yeah.
now we're talking about Brock,
Yeah.
Jacoby, all these players.
Yeah.
They didn't have an O line like ours. Like our line is better than the O line he had with the Seahawks. He had good running backs, but he don't have a run. They didn't have a running back that some people consider to be like could be the top
Yeah.
three running back in the league
The best since
first rookie
Saquon,
year.
right? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So yeah,
I
there's
mean,
a
it's
lot of
it's
ups
it's
coming up.
yeah. There's a lot of things that have to go right.
Hmm.
I agree, but at the
Yeah,
same time, I mean,
yeah,
the weapons are there, the talent is there. You know what I mean? Like you said,
yeah,
who you gonna double? Who you gonna double when you got
yeah.
two
You
tight
can't.
ends there and then four receivers? You know?
Yeah, like double our tight end. I dare you. I dare you to leave Thornton open 1-on-1 with your corner. You
Exactly.
better. If it ain't your best corner, that dude is getting burnt. He ain't ready for
Yeah.
that. So, and if you don't,
Yeah.
and if you play, 1-on-1 with everybody and the two safeties back, you're just having Brock Bowers running with a linebacker, and that's not good for any defense. I don't care who your linebacker is. Your Fred
Yeah.
Warner ain't keeping up with him, and Fred
No.
Warner is probably the best linebacker in the league. So.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Yeah. Probably the
yeah,
best in the league right now. And yeah, they. No, I don't
yeah.
see Brock is he's known for creating that distance between him and that
Mhm.
space, right, to get that ball. So
Yep,
yeah, man,
yep.
that's how he got broke 3 records last year. Brock did,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
know what I mean,
bro.
with 2 different
Mhm.
quarterbacks that were both shitty. So come on now.
Ranked
It was just-
29th in the league for quarterback play, and we had a
yeah,
tight end rookie break records.
yeah,
Yes, and now you're
yeah.
telling me
So
we replaced number 29 with a top 10 quarterback? Mm,
yeah,
And then
yeah,
we replaced the last place running game with a top 5 quarterback?
yeah.
We traded in a bottom 3 head coach for a top 5 head coach? I don't know.
Things are looking up, bro. Things are
Yeah,
looking
it's
up, and the
looking up.
Raiders just might
Yeah.
make the playoffs, bro. Knock on wood, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm
Mhm.
excited.
Yep.
I'm super
I'm
excited.
excited. I'm excited.
I'm thinking, I don't see the Chargers making the playoffs for whatever reason because they never do. But they made it last year
Because
and
they
they
suck.
got pummeled. But yeah, mainly because they suck.
Did they? Yeah.
and
And then same thing. And the Broncos.
Yeah, the Broncos. Exactly. I was going to mention the Broncos. They are for sure the only
I,
team that I think I'm concerned with because of that defense.
I got a fun fact about the Broncos. So,
Tell me.
yeah, defense for sure. The defense is elite. But
Yeah.
last year, with Bo Nix and that defense playing great, they only beat 2 teams that were actually in the playoffs with a top 10 quarterback. Every other team they beat was with their backup quarterback or a shitty quarterback that's just there just to be there for drafting a quarterback. And
Wow.
that's including our guy twice. What's his name? Yeah, that guy.
Minshew?
Yeah,
Or
Minshew.
you
Yeah,
talking about?
that's with beating
Yeah.
Minshew twice. So
Yeah.
they only beat 2 teams that had 2 good quarterbacks. And then
Yeah.
everybody else, they beat backup quarterbacks and a bunch of nobodies. And then when they got into the playoffs, they got smacked because they ran into a real team. So,
They ran into a
yeah,
real.
I ain't worried
Yeah.
about the Broncos. I ain't worried about the Chargers. And Pete Carroll will
Yeah.
will, will give Harbaugh a 1-2.
Yep. 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 Yeah. What's your problem, man?
Right? Yeah. It's like, you want to go again? I almost gave it to you as a Seattle Seahawk and a Niner.
All right. Let's do a prediction for the season. What do you think the record's going to look like?
mm,
We'll do the
I
wins and
see
losses
us.
next week, but what is the record going to look like? What do you
Okay.
think?
So without actually going through the entire schedule, I got us
Yeah.
going 10-7, second in the AFC
Ooh.
West, making the playoffs. So
Yeah.
as a wild card team, that's what I got us
Yeah.
doing. Because I still want to see us everything getting into motion. Now after
Right.
week 3, then I could change my mind. Undefeated, baby.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But I want to
That would be
see
great.
week 1 if they can go into New
Yeah.
England, beat McShitsticks and the
Yep.
goddamn
Oh my
Spillane
god.
and all these guys, bro, that went
Yes.
out there. Who else is
Mm-hmm.
on that goddamn Patriots
Mm-hmm.
team that we lost to? So
Don't even matter.
yeah,
Everybody
it
on
don't
that
even matter.
team, Tom Brady left. So I know Tom Brady
Yeah.
wants to whoop everyone's on that. A lot
Yeah,
of
man,
people got the Patriots
they
making the
gotta get the one
playoffs
win.
too. So we
Was
got to
that?
get that win. A lot of
Yeah.
people have the Patriots making the playoffs too. So it's not like it's going to
Oh
be one of
yeah.
those like easy game. We go win. Variable's
Yeah.
going to have that defense on point. That defense not going to make mistake. We go in. We put the whooping down. We make a statement. We go on
Yeah.
to week 2 and we start getting that season going.
Right, right. Yeah, no,
That's
I
how it
don't
has to
forget
be.
that quarterback for the Patriots, bro. He was solid last year. I mean, he had a good arm.
He's
You
got
know
a
what I mean? The team
cannon.
sucked,
He's
but
got a
yeah, he's got a good
cannon,
arm.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
He's like a little Josh Allen because he'll run. He'll definitely run around and get him some yards. They got
okay.
Stephon Diggs now. Like I don't know how fully
Oh yeah,
healthy
that's
he
right.
is because he's coming off of ACL, but he's been
Yep.
practicing. He's been running around, so he's got the
Yeah,
veteranship. So they have a solid team, and there's another team that was like bottom three in coaching, and ended up being like a top 10 coach with Vrabel. So they definitely made the upgrades. They spent a lot of money on defense, so it's going to be a
Right.
decent challenge. But yeah, we should definitely come up, put the whooping, put the hammer on them. Like
They have
it's
to. They
probably
have to get
20,
this win.
24-17. That's what I got. Week one.
Ooh, okay. I
Yeah,
think it's gonna be a little closer
24-17.
game. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how Patriots defense is, but yeah, that sounds about right. 24-17,
Yeah.
if not 17-10, something like that, right?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
something
seeing.
like that. Let
Yeah,
Genty take over the last quarter. Just give him the
yeah,
ball, eat those yards, run that clock. You
yeah.
know, P-
Because remember,
Kuntz and,
r-
and Max Crosby pull that hair back and eat.
yeah, no, Chip Kelly's system now has kind of changed. I mean, yeah, he's still hyper. He's moving that fast
Yep.
pace offense, but at the same time, he's taking more control. From what I've
Mm-hmm.
learned this offseason is that he's taking more control of the time and
Yep.
being using momentum more carefully
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to
Yeah.
what he used to do is tire the players out and all this kind of shit. So it's great to see
Yeah.
this team coming together now, man, and I'm excited for the first game. 2 more weeks from
Yeah.
now, man. Well, we got a week until the official NFL. I think Thursday night is the Cowboys and
Yeah.
Green Bay or
Cowboys
something like
Eagles.
that. Cowboys
Cowboys
Eagles. There
Eagles.
you go.
That's week 4, baby. That's a good
Yeah,
one. Micah's
yeah,
came back.
yeah. Micah got
It
traded
should
to
have been.
Green
It should have
Bay.
been us. Should have been us. Should have been traded to the Raiders.
Yeah, that's true. We missed out on that one. But we had the cat space.
Yeah, I'd have been like, I don't know. Let's run that 3-4 defense, man. Kuntz, Crosby, and little old Micah there on both sides running it. Oh my God, we
That
would have been,
would have been killer.
bro.
That would have been
Yeah,
killer,
Patrick
bro.
Mahomes would have been like shit his
Yep.
pants, bro.
He'd have to go. It's like I can't play. I got the runs.
Right, right. It's like, ooh, I had those chili beans. Sorry. Go on,
Yeah,
Kelsey,
man. I'm
you
excited,
newlywed.
man. Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, Raider.
Raiders. What game you waiting for? Raiders. Raiders.
All of them.
Let's go.
Raiders.
Oakland. Or Vegas.